What we got next?
We got 32 and 32 next.
Yeah.
And today's 32 and 32 is Ethan Pocic and what he's going to do for the Browns this year. That's who we deemed this is number 26, number 25. I lost count.
I mean, you're producing today. You have to know what number.
Completely lost count.
It's number 25. It's number 25.
Again, you guys have put him too low. I don't know what you guys are doing, Ethan Pocic. You're telling me there's 24 more important people than Ethan Pocic?
You haven't seen the whole list.
So the way we made this list was I made a list of my guys, Earl made a list of his guys, Mike made a list of his guys, and Mike did some Excel math and made a final list averaging everybody out. So this is how they all landed.
Ethan Pocic is interesting because, you know, Bill Callahan is a great offensive line coach. And when the Browns got Wyatt Teller, he was like a Pro Bowler his first year here. Mm-hmm. And since then, he's declined a little bit. Still good, but not as good. And so Ethan Pocic had done nothing in Seattle. He came here, he played like a Pro Bowler. And is he going to go backwards this year? I don't know. He got hurt, and that's been a problem on the Browns' offensive line. I think Ethan Pocic is really important. He was an excellent player for them last year.
Callahan's presence actually, I think, hurt him a little bit in free agency. It was the injuries in Callahan because it was sort of like the Callahan cheat code. Remember, we were talking like he was going to get a monster contract.
Right.
It never happened.
It never came.
No.
I think it was the injuries and the fact that they looked at that and said, well, that's the Callahan effect, and we don't have Bill Callahan here, so we're not going to make him this big offer. Ethan wanted to come here because of that same thing, because of Callahan and because of the strength and conditioning staff of the Browns. He was really high on them. And obviously, we know how it worked out. He was a godsend for them last year. After who was it? Nick, right?
Harris.
Thank you.
Yeah.
After Harris went down in the preseason opener,
I haven't heard his name mentioned at all.
I'm not sure he's making this team. I think he's too small to play guard. So he may go from starting center last year to cut this year. I don't know. Maybe there's a spot for him, but Pocic has taken over that spot. And I've said before, he is like a human eclipse. He's an enormous person. Sometimes your centers are a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
This guy's huge. And when he shakes your hand, he envelops your entire, like I feel like a child standing.
Yeah.
He's massive and massively important to what they do, obviously. And particularly you mentioned Teller in the run game.
Yeah.
You know, these guys are just bull rushing guards and centers and really getting off the ball. And I think that there is a little bit of question on the right side with Conklin. Mm-hmm. Teller didn't have the year that he wanted to have.
And he was hurt again.
I think these guys know, like, this could be it for them. One more bad year, and they could be gone. So for Pocic, I mean, I think he probably could be a little bit higher, but I don't think they have him. I
keep forgetting you guys have coaches in there, too.
Yeah, they have coaches. I don't know if you have GM owners or anything like that.
GM is in there. I don't think Jimmy or D is in there.
Okay.
Oh my God!
But that's probably about right for him. I think maybe a couple spots low, but not too bad.
I mean, I think he's very important to the Browns' overall success. I mean, he's the center of the team. His chemistry with Deshaun Watson is very important. I think he's a highly intelligent young man. A lot of people talk about the quarterback coming to the line of scrimmage and making line checks and being able to recognize what's going on. And I think he's Deshaun Watson's second pair of eyes and ears when it comes to understanding what's going on the football field. He proved that, he is a good football player, and we have a good offensive line coach who was able to get the most out of him, as you said, that we got with Wyatt Teller, because it's not like Wyatt Teller was in high regards when he got here. And so, I think that his overall presence is important. As far as Nick Harris go, I think he will make this team as a backup center. I kind of disagree with Jason a little bit, just for the simple fact I remember during the COVID year, whether due to injury or COVID itself, he kind of played guard in a couple games, and he didn't do too bad. And one of the things that I remember Andrew Berry saying about Nick Harris when they drafted him is they thought he was a center that was smart and that was versatile. And so when you talk about a lot of these depth guys, it's the versatility, I think, that's able to keep them around.
Well, you keep what? 9 offensive linemen usually? 8? I can't remember what most teams keep. The starting 5. We know that James Hudson's going to be on the team. That's 6. The kid, what's his name? They just drafted from Ohio State.
DeJuan Jones.
Oh, DeJuan Jones. Yeah.
He's going to be on the team. That's 7. So Nick Harris, I mean, you got to, and those guys are both tackles. So you're going to need probably 2 interior linemen backups, and Harris is competing.
Harris, Forbes, Michael Dunn.
Right.
One or two of those guys are going to make it, and one's not.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. He has shown some promise, but he's been hurt a lot, which is a recurring theme with the members of this Browns offensive line, not named Joel Bitonio, and so. They already have an injury-prone offensive line. I don't know if I want to keep an injury-prone backup.
Well, to your point, the same thing that make you laugh, make you cry, right? When you got a developer and coach like Bill Callahan, it's almost like the Guardians. You feel a little bit more comfortable moving on from a pitcher, per se, in this case a center, because you believe that you can scour whether the waiver wire, free agency, or next year in the draft, like they did this year with the center from Ohio State, and get you a developmental guy that you trust your offensive line coach to
he
develop.
Probably makes it. What's it? Wepler
or something like that. So
there's also practice squad guys. These guys can go to practice squad. They come up with phantom IR injuries
But to get a guy on the practice squad, he's got to clear through waivers.
Right. I do want to ask you a question. I've been hearing this name. I think it's Tyrone Wheatley Jr. Mm-hmm. Is his father Tyrone Wheatley, who used to play for the Raiders? It was like a fullback for the Raiders or something.
He went to Michigan. Tyrone Wheatley went to Michigan.
Yeah. I hear his name a lot.
I haven't looked it up. I believe so, but
what are the odds that he's a Tyrone Wheatley Jr. and it's not that?
I mean, Kenny Lofton Jr. has nothing to do with Kenny Lofton.
You don't hear much about offensive linemen, but when you do, it's like okay.
Know that, by the way.
That's not.
I didn't know that.
I'm hearing his name a lot, and I know Jason, you was out there. Is this a young man that has an opportunity to earn a roster spot? It seems like they like him.
Wheatley?
Yeah.
I think he'd probably be more of a practice squad guy. I could be wrong. I think honestly, I think we're too early to know. We just haven't seen enough.
There's a lot.
It's too this is the Hall of Fame game. It's like when it's warm in March and you think spring's here, and it's really not.
Right.
The Hall of Fame game has thrown off the timing of this.
That's true.
To where we are so early in this still.
Right.
That it's really just hard to say.
Especially
with linemen, there could be injuries in camp.
Right. Especially with Browns linemen.
I'm trying to see if it's his father, Earl. I can't find it on Wikipedia.
I'd imagine it is. He went to. He played at Michigan. Junior did. Wheatley Jr. did.
So it's funny story, right? I was working for Euclid Municipal Court when I was going through the interview process to get this job.
Yeah.
And somebody had came in and paid a ticket, and I looked at his name, and it said Najee Davenport Jr. And I was like, it's a dude who used to play in the NFL named Najee Davenport. He said, yeah, that's my dad.
Yeah.
I said, no stuff. I said, I'm like, you born here? He like, yeah, because I know Davenport spent a lot of time in Pittsburgh.
Right.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool.
See, there you go. So it probably is his dad, I would guess. I feel like we should know this already. But
I just assumed it was, but I don't want to say yes without actually having looked it up.
True, because I assumed it was Kenny Lofton's son.
Yeah,
I did too.
That's his kid.
As a kid?
It is his kid.
Yeah.
And, all right. And what position does he play? I don't even know.
Line.
Wasn't he a running back, the original?
No, his dad was a running back.
His dad was a running back.
His dad was a beast.
The original Tyrone Wheatley.
Like I know you're not a video game head, but like his dad was one of those dudes who got busy on Madden.
Yeah, all right.
He got busy.
Go ahead, Anthony. You got